Oh, okay. Well, that game is over, and everyone is gone. Well, I have discovered that thick-cut bacon takes longer to cook than I expected. Oh, we've got Team Fire playing again. Sweet. The Master Spring Invitation. Team Fire versus, what was the name of that other team? Lowkey, I think. Let's just go ahead and update this. Team Fire versus Team Fire. No, that doesn't look quite right. Team Fire versus Lowkey. Update information. Coolio. Are these guys English?
Сегодня в рамках группы Б между коллективами Oracle и
Nope.
точнее Oracle.
The answer to that?
Fire.
Oh god, how do I get rid of it? Oh no.
БУ-2, но
How do I...
комментируется также для вас
Oh shit.
Тайбер Киллер. На параллельной трансляции.
This is kind of problematic. Shit. Nope, I don't need disables. I don't want to see custom cosmetics.
Пока не сыграны. Результаты группы Б.
My control for that.
Проиграли
Oh
Oracle.
no.
Потом такие две ничьи, Неон, Окей. И также Fire против Zenit, тоже была ничья 1-1. И сейчас таки последняя серия. Скажу таки вам решающая для Fire, если они выигрывают.
I guess we get to listen to this guy
0-2-0 против Neon и Reason, то
until the draft is over.
Замечательно в группе, и они выйдут, скорее всего,
Because I'm
пока
too
что у них проблемы
retarded
большие,
to
так как они
know
сыграли,
how
проиграли
to
уже
turn him off. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah.
И Clockwork, ну или Clockwork аппарат.
There's usually a thing here that you
снова прям рейтед этого Марса.
Just disappeared now that I clicked on him.
Тот же Морфлинг, Пангальер. Этого персонажа мы редко встречаем.
Even though he's speaking Russian or whatever, or Ukrainian or whatever, he still says the names of the heroes in English. Morphling.
Большой стороне
стоит. It isn't as crisp as I like my bacon to be.
И в банах тоже редко появляется такой себе персонаж. Интересный. Вот на предыдущей карте мы видели Death Prophet, с которой нормально зашла, почему бы нет, она хорошо просто подрубала экзорцизм и ломала любой строение, которое попадалось. И Faceless Void берется. Radiant. Посмотрим, как он себя проявит. Вроде как у них вообще видео руны, либо того же Акторин Кора не уменьшает кулдаун, ну либо там какой-нибудь чарм какой-нибудь, да.
Maybe if I reconnect by clicking on it directly instead of just. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. I don't have to deal with listening to the random Russian man speaking anymore. Goody. All right. Well, Team Fire. Snapfire and Mars. That's looking pretty familiar. Then Oracle and Faceless Void. So, I mean, Mars and Faceless, both excellent synergy for Mortimer's Kisses.
10 seconds remaining.
Oracle kind of is what it is. At least the Morphling team didn't get the Oracle as well. Team Lowkey, Clockwork, AA, Morphling, Pangolier. Looking a little squishy so far. Not that Team Fire is looking much beefier, but Mars tends to be fairly tanky. despite their loss in their previous game versus KG. Shit. I can't remember who they played. No, it was Denike.
Radiant team
Yeah.
pick.
KG or whatever was an older game. The Mars went off in lane at least and played pretty well the rest of the game. They got beat by a Morphling, so it'll be interesting to see if they can beat a Morphling again in this round. Radiant team pick looks like they still need their mid laner. Oscar, OD, both banned.
10 seconds
We
remaining.
did see their opponents last time run the Death Prophet.
5
They went
seconds
with
remaining.
TA in their last game. I believe seemed like a comfort pick for Pika Pika because they picked it into a DP, and I don't know why you'd pick TA into DP unless you just really like playing TA. Be interesting to see what choice to make here in the next 38 seconds. Batrider's also out. What are the common mid laners now? It looks like Razor is still in the pool.
Dire team
He's
pick.
not like super great again. Yeah, there's a
Templar
TA. All right,
Assassin.
so Pika Pika likes that comfort pick hero, and he's pretty damn good at it too. He was going off. It just they ended up overwhelming them with items in their previous game. Lowkey. Now they need probably also their mid laner. DP is a good matchup against TA.
10
Also
seconds
possible.
remaining.
I mean, I don't really think it's meta right now, but the Crossworks Invoker is not a bad choice against
5
TA
seconds
either.
remaining.
With the tornado combo, and he likes to build urn. Oh, they only have 10 seconds to decide though. Could be a Pango mid, I suppose, and they could grab an offlaner here. Damn, guys, you need to pick. All right, there they go. Razor. Okay,
Choose
that's
your
a pretty good choice against the TA, right? Because she doesn't really. She's not like Leshrac, who has a massively high base move speed and can just walk away from you without you being able to do anything about it and break the link. And she relies entirely on her right clicks to deal damage in lane. She has, no abilities that do any damage besides effects to her attacks. So, I like the Razor choice here. I don't actually know if he steals enough damage that her normal attack damage is negative, if it continues to subtract from below the bonus added by refraction, or if the added damage from refraction is always guaranteed, even if her damage is functionally negative. I do know in Dota that negative damage doesn't heal people, like in some games mechanics would function that way. Morphling, this guy's Morphling set looks really weird with those bracers. They seem like they're too big. They're like only vaguely attached to his little weird water forearms. Yeah, this is looking real familiar. RB on the Snapfire. He was playing the Winter Wyvern last game. Chikashu again on the Mars. YBDJ on the Oracle. 4957. YBDJ. No, Milk. His name is Milk. Milk on the Oracle. 4957 on the Faceless Void, and Pika Pika on the TA. I don't know the positions. I'm going to guess MCY is the safe lane carry. Int, probably the mid laner. JG is going to be their off lane. I don't see names anymore. Previous match. What? Previous match as was a win as Batrider. I guess it doesn't include official tournament games? I'm presuming these are whatever. Nope, we're not gonna do CCC Cyber Killers stuff. We're gonna do our own stuff. Did that work? I don't think I typed that correctly somehow. Oh, I missed it. Damn it, I missed one letter. There we go. Okay. Last hits are up and ready to go. Well, let's go to the rest of the entire roster. We've got Fly Solo. That looks familiar. On the
30
AA,
seconds
presumably
to go.
position 5. JG on the Pangolier, position 3. Shanks on the Clockwork, position 4. Yahweh on the Razor, position 2. And Mr. MCY on the Morphling, position 1. RB on the Snapfire, position 5. Or 4 probably. Chikashu on the Mars, position 3. Milk on the Oracle,
The
position
battle
5.
begins.
Pika Pika on the TA, position 2. And 4957 on the Faceless Void, position 1. Let's go ahead and enable spectator chat real quick. I believe it's not capitalized. Oh, damn it. Let's go ahead and just put that out there. Only 32 people watching. Maybe some people will come to stream to check it out. Spectators 32, 3 available casters. Let's get rid of that. An immediate cookie stun plus a follow-up root onto the Morphling. And then a spear into the tree. I don't think MCY is getting away with this. First blood to Chikashu. Team Fire immediately out of the gate with a vengeance. Team Lowkey. Well, they're Lowkey getting styled on. And immediate headdress delivery onto the Snapfire already. That's an interesting bunch of starting items for our Mars here. Orb of Venom, 6 Tangos, and 4 Iron Branches. But, you know, I'm not going to necessarily shit on this guy. He did a pretty damn good job last game, at least in lane. So, we'll see how it goes against the team. Oh, another cookie! Forward onto MCY, who has skilled the attribute shift level 1, so he doesn't really have any good escape
Radiant's
mechanism yet.
bottom tower is under attack.
Eating some nice thick cut bacon. It's better now that it's a little less squishy after drying out slightly. 29 solid damage on the TA. 7 and 3 versus 3 and 1. Waves are already taking a comfortable lead against TA here. Is he going to get his self canceled with the side blades? The answer is yes. Pika Pika. Another faction out. But it doesn't look like there's too much kill threat in this lane yet. We've got Clockwork has managed to pull a creep wave all the way back in front of, between his 2-3 and 2-2 towers. Missing last hits. A little embarrassing. Meanwhile, Pangolier sitting over here having to deal with a double wave. He does have a salve to pop though. And Void does not get a bash proc to be able to get the deny on that range creep. So, pull through from the Oracle, trying to go to the hard camp over here. I should say medium camp. No, wait, it is a hard camp. Yeah, because there's 2 little centaurs. But now, they're going to be right on top of it, making sure they can pick up the last hits and get all the XP from it. TA is starting to win the resource battle mid, but Razor is still way on top. Mr. Last and Nice. 11 and 8 for the 7 and 3 of the Templar Assassin here. Looks like AA is trying to, yeah, he gets the pull off. Snapfire is fighting back, but he's, buddy, you're taking a lot of damage, and you only have one magic stick charge. Not going to be able to successfully contest that pull. But Morphling taking a lot of damage under tower from Chikashu, who already has a bracer up. There is a salve popped onto AA, but it's going to be canceled out before it finishes by the God's Rebuke from Mr. Chikashu on the Mars. Thou shalt not cast and eat at the same time? No, fuck that. I'm hungry. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I had dinner many hours ago.
You get nothing.
I just cooked myself some bacon. Pretty happy with it. I wish it was a little thinner cut. Ooh, wow, Morphling. That's a dangerously low HP to be sitting on there, bud. But Hainan spawns, picked up by Clockwork. Looking like they want to try to go for a dive onto the TA here, but she has obviously seen this coming from the ward on the high ground. So she's hiding over here in the trees with her Blightstone. Playing real safe. Places Void. Oh. Chikashu again, just going off. another kill in the Morphling. I'm having serious deja vu from their last game where there was a Morphling in lane versus Chikashu on the Mars, and he gets like 2 or 3 kills on the safe lane carry in the first like 3 or 4 minutes of the game. Same as last was a bloodbath as that one was. There's only been 2 kills so far, but still. Wow, nice body blocks coming out from RB here. He's gonna have the cookie up in 1 second. He's probably gonna, okay, he chucks the Splinter Scatterblast first, but now he doesn't have the mana. It doesn't matter. God's Rebuke level 2 is enough to just slaughter Fly Solo. And now MCY, he's just gotta walk away and hide in a tower. Again, Mars off to a dominant start. Roots out on the Pangolier, but he's still, okay, they get the cancel off on the Purifying Flames. Meanwhile, I guess he was thinking he would get a courier, maybe? Or he caught TA retreating. But she kills him off, gets the solo kill. 3 for 1. Rune's going the way of the Radiant. Pangolier trying to interrupt this pull. Another kill up here. Oh my god. Okay, well, at least RB is probably going to pay with his life because Shanks is in on him under the tower. So they do finally get a return kill. Team Lowkey finally gets on the board with something. Oracle's really beating the crap out of this poor Pangolier. Faceless Void is going to start having the freest lane of his life. 27-8 to the 17-0. All things considered, Pango's doing better than I would have expected. But 31-19 on the Razor versus a 26-3 on the Templar Assassin. He's got the leash out. He's already broken the refraction charges. Oh, and Pango rotates over as well, so Yahweh's going to get the kill on a Pika Pika. They are taking the tower here. Cookie throws Mars forward, but he will go down, so Yahweh's going to get a second kill. With the Plasma Field out and the 71 stolen static link damage, he's going to get a third. That's a triple for Mr. Yahweh here. Team Lowkey striking back. Bunch of heroes rotate to the mid lane, and they manage to take a 3 for 1. So despite the root coming out from the Oracle trying to trap people under tower, it's not over yet though. There's a cookie forward, gets the stun onto both. There's another static link, but he's not going to be able to steal enough damage to prevent his own death from the TA. Root coming out on the Ancient Apparition. Purifying Flames lands right beforehand. More body blocks out from RB. Okay, Milk's going to go ahead and steal that last hit. So all in all, that was actually a 3 for 3 over the course of what was effectively 2 fights. TA, Mars, and Oracle go down for AA, Clockwork, and Razor. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to net worth already. It's not 10 minutes in yet, but this is a better idea of how people are doing. So we got Void and Razor basically tied for first. The cookie misses because Chikashu's looking the wrong way. He's facing east when he needed to be pointed a little bit more north. So Morphling will walk away and be okay. Gets the Obs Ward kill from the sentry placed by his friend. The spear does not land. He goes in, trying to kill the courier. I don't know if that was the play, man. He's going to get rooted up by the Oracle. They do lose Pika Pika in the mid lane, but they're focusing hard here. MCY, he's not going to be able to get away. So 1 for 1 trade, top lane versus mid lane. I would say that slightly favors Team Fire. And it doesn't look like we're out of the woods yet either. Mars is going to go ahead and TP mid to help Yahweh here. We got Milk chasing down Fly Solo. Pika Pika's TPing back in mid. They're going to go ahead and deny their mid tier 1 tower. Almost everybody in the game is level 5 now, it feels like. Pingo versus Void. Clockwork running around here with those Tranquils. Let's see who makes something happen. He's got that bottle available there. Heat Optic on Yahweh. Is he going to keep it? I would. 1.25 mana regen's pretty solid, even on Razor, just because you can throw a couple extra Plasma Fields every couple minutes with that extra mana regen. Pango. That's a dangerous place to be, buddy. He manages to sidestep the cookie, but he gets slaughtered by the Scatter Blast anyway.
Fight, Dante, or you're just gonna sit there batting your eyes.
Oh, that's nice. Sapphire got a specific kill line in relation to Pango there. Snarky. Giving up mid lane to AA here so we can get a little bit of XP. I mean, this hero really, his levels matter more than anything else. Okay, we got one outpost possessed by each team for the moment at the 9-minute 35-second mark. We'll see if Radiant decide to try to push in to take the top one. Doesn't look like they're going to, though.
Dire are scanning.
Shanks hits level 5, 3-point battery assault. No surprises there. Chikashu level 6, going on 7. Looks like he might have... Oh, wow. They are able to finish off Mr. Pangolier. Rocket fires across from the clockwork, but the Snapfire LT and Chronosphere are enough to just blow up the Pangolier, who is not real tanky yet, all things considered. It's got the Arcane Boots queued up, in fact. I feel like that's a little bit older build. I think a lot of people go for P-Treads on him now. Oop, Faceless is not able to jump away far enough to actually break the static link. The Cookie is actually going to finish it off, but JG is in with the Rolling Thunder. He still only got level 3 Time Walk. There is a Mars ulti that lands on the Razor, which deals a lot of damage and peels him off the back of the Faceless Void. They're chasing in on the Razor. Mars taking a lot of damage. There's a Plasma Field out. They're turning on to Mars. He's going to go down. There is Purifying Flames and Root out onto the Razor. RB is able to finish him off with a Scatter Blast. Shanks is trapped at the Faceless Void inside the Cog. Cookie stun onto the Clockwork. Now they're turning onto the Snapfire. They get a double disarm out from the Pangolier Lucky Shot procs. Snapfire's going to get knocked down. There is a bash out on the Clockwork from the Faceless Void. Fly Solo's hit level 60, gets the Ice Blast out on the Faceless Void. He will drop as well. So double kill, triple kill, 4-for-1 trade. Excellent fight decision for Fly Solo to show up there and defend his teammates diving in. They do lose the Razor, but they managed to get Void, Snap, Mars, and Oracle. So all in all, a very, very dire favored trade. 1,900 gold in their favor, despite the still 1k lead for Team Fire. Yeah. The AA
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
really made that fight happen. Ulti and extra damage from Chilling Touch. Definitely securing them that engagement.
Dire's
Pretty lucky level 6 timing. That means I'm level 7 off all the kills.
Are fortified.
I'm going for a mirror movement here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 1 safe lane for Tier 1 safe lane. Shanks is going to go ahead and nab that outpost. Not much chewier about a bacon.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's
Chikashu
top
gets the
tower
last hit
has fallen.
on the Dire safe lane tower. Well, Yahweh gets the last hit on the Radiant safe lane tower. XP was comfortably in favor of Radiant. I was pretty even after that last fight. Actually, the game's saying Team Lowkey have a 7% increased chance to win.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
There
tower
is a smoke
under
out.
attack.
No, it looks like AA is the only one in it. Unless it got broken on the other people. I'm not really sure what he's doing, honestly. Radiant have completely left the Dire jungle at this point. No. Scotch Sean, they're not in there. That was just farming, yo. But neither team has hardly any ops wards up on the map. Fly Solo just finally places one. So Dire have 2, but I don't see a single Radiant Observer ward anywhere. Not that they need him at the moment. Pika Pika has decided to switch things up. Went for the Blink first this game instead of the Desolator like the last game. Instead like his last game. And again, we're seeing a position 4 rushing an Orchid. I mean, it's good against Void.
Are scanning.
Alright. He doesn't have a Mantra or BKB and he gets silenced. His Time Mark and Survivability are pretty useless. He's chasing down on the Pango here, who's going to go ahead and pop the Rolling Thunder. So 49.57. He's just going to go ahead and take one hit from it, and JG's going to disengage entirely. And presumes that there's going to be backup in the area. A little farther away than he might have expected, but still doesn't want to throw his life away running into that head first. Not with Chronosphere up anyway. And if Snapfire's around, which actually it turns out she's the only hero on the Radiant team who's on the other side of the map, but her ulti damage into Chronosphere is disgusting. They do see the Psionic Trap dropped. When they do get down a Sentry Ward, so they catch another one as well. Looks like they're shaping up for a little bit of engagement here. Do we have any interesting neutral items yet? Broom handle on Razor. Ocean Heart on the Morphling. Arcane Ring on TA. Pinewood Tree on Mars. Brooch on Snapfire. Nothing on Faceless Void. He's actually got a finished Midas just now at about 14.5 minutes. So 15-minute marks coming up. Runes are going to spawn in a second. Nobody's anywhere near it. These top two, it looks like Morphling is going to head that way. Oh no, he's going to stop him. No, never mind. He's going to go completely opposite direction and start farming. So 2 bounties for Dire. The other 2 are unclaimed, but it looks like Radiant should be able to pick them up. They are smoking up, but they're not running into anybody. They're headed kind of the wrong direction. They do spot Clockwork here under the tier 1 tower. There is an Arena of Blood out, plus a spear and a little bit of magic damage over the top from the Oracle, so he will go down. Faceless Void picks up the last hit. Nice quick pick. Their smoke isn't completely wasted. They get a position 4. And set him back ever so slightly farther from his Orchid purchase. Full mech and Arcane Boots actually already up on RB and the Snapfire. So this is a pretty good scenario for... We got Pango threatening the Rolling Thunder. Yahweh's in. Quick damage steal from Shikashu, but doesn't last. There's an AA blast that's going to hit absolutely nothing. Chronosphere's out, and the Snapfire ulti over the top as well. I don't think Razor's getting out of this alive. Nope. They do get the stun up from the Rolling Thunder onto the Void. There is a false promise to save him as well. We chuck a soul release from the urn and some heals from the Purifying Flames on him, and he will come back out of that at absolutely full HP. That's a lot of ultis committed by Radiant. They do get the 1 kill, but they should be able to take this tier 1 tower off the back of this as well. It's not like Dire have much else they can do about it. Did he just tick out to a trap? No, I guess she just laid into him with right clicks. Nasty. Vambrace, that's going to be a good one. I bet the Void picks that up. So he's got the Maelstrom and the Hand of Midas, and he's working towards the Mjolnir. So he really is going for this late game kind of build here on the Faceless Void. Morphling. This is the exact same build we've seen previously. I think this is just what you standardly do on Morphling. P-Treads, 2 or 3 Wraith Bands, a Morbid Mask, a Yasha into a Manta style, and then you go back for the E-Blade. Dragon Scale picked up by 457. Actually, TA is going to carry the Vambrace. And there's a Clumsy Net found by Pika Pika, picked up by the Mars here. That's a much better item for him, honestly, than the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What did he have before? The Arcane Ring. 3 armor is okay, but 10 intelligence doesn't do much, and 65 mana restore is pretty mediocre. All 5 Dire heroes grouped up around this tier 3 tower. Tier 2 tower, excuse me. They scout the high ground. They know there's not a Radiant Observer Ward there. They have their own Dire Obs down here. But there is a trap thrown out by TA that will land on at least 2 enemies. So she knows that they're posturing over there and want to push this tier 2. Snapfire is going to go ahead and TP into the tier 3, so it looks like they're shaping up to try to want to fight this. They still got 35 seconds on Chronosphere, so I don't know. There's a hook shot that's going to miss. I did hear Pangolier ulti to the right side. Mars ult's down. They do catch a couple people in this cogs here. AA ulti over the top as well. There is a false promise on the Mars, but he's not healing thanks to the AA ulti. Void, meanwhile, is just beating the living shit out of Razor. They also kill off the Clockwork, and there goes the Pango as well. So a pretty bold initiation by Team Lowkey here. Team Fire turning it around on them hardcore, and MCY, for some reason, decides to try to turn into Mars and continue the engagement. He will also die. So 4 for 0, almost a 2k gold swing, 4k XP, and they don't even get the tower. Embarrassing. That's pretty painful. We'll see how severe that is. But yeah, 63% in favor of the Radiant now. After that little mishap. Void doesn't have a TP, but he does have a Dragon Scale. Ooh, Philosopher's Stone. Okay, now that's a nice item for an Oracle. Attack damage doesn't really matter for him anyway. I mean, you could argue it's sort of a serious incapacitation because he's got such high attack speed, but Pika with that Vambrace Deso, Blink Dagger,
Dire's
and a
top
Haste
tower
Rune.
is under attack.
And Dire headed back into
Dire's
the
structures are
jungle here.
fortified.
They will take back the outpost. People skip. That's a keen optic. Yeah, cast range is so important on Clockwork. But he does really benefit a lot from the mana regen, so I don't blame him.
Dire's
He's
top
not really
tower
taking it from
is
anybody who
under
needs it. There's no
attack.
Pugna on his team, you know, so. No Rubik.
Radiant's bottom tower
Alright,
is
so they're
under
gonna
attack.
do the mirrored 2 for 2 for 2/2 trade.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Faceless
fallen.
Void sitting comfortably ahead of net
Dire's
worth at this
top
point,
tower
though.
has fallen.
DD Rune spawn spot rhythm,
Radiant's
bot
middle
river.
tower is under attack.
Roshan missing a surprising chunk of HP. There's a Clockwork Rocket's gonna scout it out, but Void is seriously considering still going in. And they're gonna walk away. I mean, yeah, it's tough to sneak Roche against Clockwork and AA because they can scout with the rocket, and if you stay in there, you can get hit with the Ice Blast. So I've seen people die to Roshan, even hit with Ice Blast, even if the enemy team doesn't come by at all. It's just a risky choice to hang around, you know. I think this is the what, Dead Mouse Dota music soundtrack or whatever. Smoke out from Team Fire. Snapfire's got the tome. He's gonna pop that and go ahead and get the second level of her ulti. Bumps up the damage by 50%. Increases the burn damage and the slow. Blink. Okay, AA is toasted. Got nuked down by Milk at the end. Ooh! Maybe he got baited by the illusion? I wasn't looking. I know Morphling TP'd out right under their noses over here in the trees, but that was a waste of a Conosphere. So all in all, Smoke tanked by AA. I would say Lowkey are pretty happy with that. I feel like, you know, with a team name like Lowkey, they're hoping to have there be like puns when people say their name, but I haven't really noticed any yet. Like, they're the noun, you know.
Dire's middle tower
Lowkey
is
winning,
under attack.
they're Lowkey winning. I don't know.
Says
They're Lowkey dominating. Big smoke coming out from Team Lowkey. Speaking of,
Dire are
rushing into the Radiant Triangle area.
Dire's bottom
Blink forward onto the Snapfire. There's a Mars ulti to the north, just keeping them away. Ice Blast comes in, is going to catch on the TA. She didn't have the BKB yet. There's a slow out from the traps that prevents the Clockwork from pursuing. Mars gets a nice spear off and slows off their pursuit. Dire only just now get wards down. They get the Snapfire. There is some fighting going on up here at the north. Faceless Void off-sucking the trees here alone against the MC, against the Morphling. There is a Oracle ulti out onto the Faceless Void. We've got some fighting going on. The Oracle's going to go down. They kill the Pangolier to the south. Mars is back in, trapped in the clogs with the Clockwork. But Razor's here. MCY, double kill, dealing a lot of damage, even though he doesn't have the E-Blade yet. Just with the right-click power, 225 damage a hit with his current balance of Agi and Strength. So, all told, was 2 for 3. It's a relatively successful smoke for the side of Lowkey. They're able to take a tower, and they might be able to push it to a 2 as well. Mars still down for 25 more seconds. And he did pop his ult. No, he didn't pop his ult. No, he got it off in the last fight. What am I saying? But it was just a space-making ulti. It didn't actually net many kills. Now they're going to go ahead and back off. So, 2 kills in a tower for a loss of your offlaner. So really, they netted a tower and a Snapfire, which is not like a lot, but it's not nothing. Still worthwhile to use a smoke for that. Clockwork getting pretty close. Well, he's still probably 600 or 800 gold away from his Working Malevolence. They get this D-Ward and this one, so that's 2 obses lost in the last couple minutes for Lowkey. Chase still running the Vambrace, March still running the net, Snapfire still running the Brooch. Okay, we got another Shawl on AA. 8% extra spell damage on Ice Blast. That is pretty gross. It doesn't increase its threshold. People's Gift on Razor, making him a little bit bigger health and mana pool. He wants to go for SNY. He's actually got a finished Halberd. I like this choice. It's really good versus the TA. It's not amazing versus the Void, but it still gives you some kind of disable on him into Chronosphere. Which is useful, right? If he's the only one who can deal damage, and if he catches with one or two of his teammates at the same time. Pingalier, Imp Claw, Clockwork still has the Optic, and Morphling still has the Net. Another smoke out from Radiant, but Dire are nowhere near where they're headed. That's like the third time I've seen them smoke into a region that's just unoccupied by the enemy team. Alright, last piece of bacon. How many characters do I have left? I changed the title list. 79 left. Yeah, I could do like group stage, game 1 or whatever. Rock it on. I don't know what time it is. They're in China right now. I would assume that it's probably late morning or early afternoon, just considering the fact that this is the second in a row series that's being played. But
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know the exact time zone conversion.
Dire are scanning.
I also have no idea where they're playing. They could be at a LAN somewhere, or they could all be just be playing from home. Who the fuck I so used to play for? Okay, we got Titan Sliver, and was that a repair kit out as well? It's gonna be interesting to see if that repair kit makes any difference like it did in the previous game. The Defiance looking for the pipe on the Snapfire, so she's not going for the Greaves.
Dire's top tower
Let's check
is
her
under
levels
attack.
again real quick. Faceless Void running away with it at 19. Morphling close behind. Actually, TA is the highest, 20. What is she going for talent-wise? More meld armor reduction. 200 psionic trap damage. That's a lot. And she's got a BKB and a Crystallis. I didn't realize this is a lot. 45 damage. That's a lot of damage. You know? Call me Phil Swift. That's a lot of damage. Very close to the Orchid here. 75, that's 700, so that's 16, 1700-ish. Yeah, he's probably 300 gold away. Orchid is always... I'm always surprised whenever I play a hero that I want to build an Orchid on, that it's so damn expensive. It's over here. Scepter available there. Like, it doesn't seem... Iron Sword, Full Mjolnir, and Manta Style. Telescope, nice on Oracle. Doesn't seem like such an expensive item, and maybe it's because you try to pick it up earlier in the game because later people always already have Manta Styles and BKBs, so it's not nearly as useful. Like, you know, if it's past about 25 minutes and you're still going for an Orchid, you should probably get a Sheepstick instead, unless you're going for the Bloodthorn Nullifier combo. You know, have your own personal 2-button Doom. But there it is. Orchid Malevolence out on Clockwork. He's got a Ghost Scepter queued up as well. I think it's a really smart choice. The vast majority of their damage is physical, right? Even Snapfire ulti. Oh, actually, that's not true. Snapfire's damage, ulti damage is magical. So there is that. But Void, except for Mjolnir and Timelock procs, it's physical damage. TA is a lot of physical damage, and Mars is a lot of physical damage. I mean, I guess it's all... I don't know. I think I take that back. Radiant's damage spread is pretty even between magic and physical. Whereas Dire's, I would say, is pretty heavily on the physical, except for AA and the Earthblade. I guess, yeah, Battery Assault doesn't add up that fast anymore. This does magic damage when it ends. His proc stuff is not magical. He doesn't even have a Maelstrom or anything either to give any extra effect to it. And Morphling, despite the shotgun, most of his damage comes from his right clicks. So I think it's relatively fair to say that the Ghost Scepter is a good choice on the AA. Despite the loss of armor from the Nether Shawl, he's still got 10 armor. It's not horrendously low. It's 38% physical resist at 10.2 armor. That's pretty good, actually. versus this guy's got 18. He's at the 54%. I've never actually looked up the specific. Oh, we got a smoke out. Razor's going in. He throws the Eula Scepter out onto the TA. He does not go in with the mount. Ooh. Alright, shotgun out, and she's almost dead, but she turns with the BKB. She gets the false promise onto her. Silences out onto the Oracle, but not before he's able to get the ulti off. We've got a Chronosphere out. Snapfire ult flying over the top. Probably going to get both of these kills. Yep, they both go down. Buyback, buyback, buyback. Left and right and center. We got Milk's dead. Fly solo. There's a cookie stone onto the Morphling. He's turned into the Mars. He's able to start turning into the Strength Morph. He hasn't even popped the Manta style yet. He's going to get pinned to the wall, but he's still... No, actually, he's not. His Morph got slowed down and stopped. Alright, TA blinks. Whoa. Mars, BKB out. They get Static Link out onto the Mars. Snapfire leaps up, but doesn't quite get to the high ground. Shanks is getting laid into from the back by the Pika Pika. Snapfire is trapped in the middle of everything. She's going to get frozen up by the cold feet. She will die. Mars tucks a spear at nothing. Fly Solo gets the ulti out. Mars is going to go down. Forceless Void got caught by the other half of it. He does get the time walk off. He will be able to disengage. Holy shit. I would like to see that fight recap. That was a lot of spells thrown. That was a lot of buybacks. Buyback on TA. She doesn't die. Dieback on... Wow. Alright, so ultimately, it was a... Alright. Can I count correctly? 4 for 4. 4 for 4 trades. And they're back in at it. There's another... We got an ulti out from Pangolier rolling around inside the pit. Faceless Void gets taken out by the Morphling. A lot of damage stolen by Razor here, 79. And it looks like Lowkey may have secured themselves Roshan. I don't know what Milk's going to do. He has False Promise and a Force Off available, but they're not going to be able to contest it before Morphling gets the Aegis. So, that was ultimately a 5 for 4. Definitely favoring Team Lowkey. We'll see this swing back come a little bit in the next minute or two. But a hell of a fight. A lot of damage done off on both sides. A couple buybacks consumed. Morphling going for the Scotty. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. This guy gets tanky enough. They can't touch him. Whew. That was a wild ride of a fight there. Morphling. Oh, snaps. Aww. Okay, so goodbye to your Aegis. And he's pinned to a tree. He does get the Strength Morph off. Clockwork's in with the stun. Pangolier follows up with the Shashbuckle. They catch the Snapfire into the cogs. There's a Arena of Blood out from the Mars, just holding Team Lowkey at bay. But it looks like Team Fire want to re-engage. Yeah, they get Stinks. They get the stun onto Pangolier, trapping him to a tree. There's a Snapfire all flying over the top as well. Eula Scepter from Pangolier will save him momentarily. He'll get the Q off. He'll get the stick off, but he's going to get killed by the damage from the cookie jump, by the Mars landing on his head. He gets Koopa stomped into the ground there. So, loss of the Aegis and 2 heroes. Nice comeback play by Team Fire there. Mars going to get pinned to a tree by the Morphling and turn into him. There's a... Wow, okay. BKB's out. He does get False Promise, so he won't necessarily tick out from this Frostbite yet. On the right side of the fight, Razor is stealing a lot of damage out from the Super Assassin, but the BKBs are about to run out on the Radiant side, and MCY is just going to go ahead and disengage as fast as he can. So ult's thrown, no kills. No, I lied. No, the Pangolier died down here. So Radiant are going to go ahead and push, and they push hard. All this minus armor. They shred buildings. Faceless Void has queued up a Satanic. This Milk has done a great job of staying just far enough out of the way of fights that he can get the False Promise off without getting slowed down or silenced up by the Clockwork. Clockwork is just not tanky enough at this point in the game. He really, really, really needs this Ghost Scepter so he can survive after he hook shots in. He's got a couple really good stuns and some power cog traps, but haven't been able to capitalize on it. And really, it's unfortunate with the power cogs because they can lay the Mortar Kisses over the top too. We saw, I think Mars caught the Pangolier with a net there, which is why one of the reasons he took so much damage from the Mortimer's Kisses after the end of the tree, after the end of the spear, after he got unhooked from the tree. Hurricane Pike is out and available on TA, but she's not with her team right now, so if they were to get an engagement, yeah, they will not try to push in there. It looked like they were standing up in this high ground waiting to see if Razor might have wandered up north to farm. Alright, Team Lowkey smoking up, heading through Radiant Jungle. Pangolier likes to cancel cast that Rolling Thunder. Oh, and they turn south. There's nothing down there, guys. That's not where the enemy are hiding out. They're hanging out on your high ground up here. They're going to find a TA illusion, but their smokes don't break. So these are good players, and they realize it's not real. She is microing it, but they'll go ahead and blow it up so that their creeps can continue to push up towards high ground. So this dire wave is about to be on the high ground. Radiant do not have quite the same speed opportunity to get onto the enemy high ground. And I say that. Their top creep wave's pushing in here pretty quick too. And Void is just in. He's going to start hitting buildings. He steps back. Time walks in again. Clockwork is here to defend. He's by himself at the moment. Everybody else starts TPing in real quick, and they are going to disengage ASAP. Morphling on the other side, also laying into the tier 3 tower in the side lane. Does almost exactly the same amount of damage to the building, all told. Except his illusions are still there, so TA is going to have to go back and defend this. Really, really mirrored movements from both of these teams. Interesting. Yeah, she's got the Daedalus queued up.
Time is money.
Really interesting mirrored movements from both of these teams. TA has a comfortable level advantage now. Faceless Void tied pretty much with Morphling and Razor. I want to keep an eye on things. I want to see what people's 25 talents they go for, because some of them tend to be really strong. Penguin's actually still only level 19. Swashbuckle damage, 20 strength. I think, this game is close enough now. Still, we got 65% with the Radiant. It's not crazy. 10k XP, that's a medium amount. 6k, 7k gold. It's nothing to laugh at, but it's not anything crazy. Mars ulti is down. Fire Snap over the top. Morphing's going to go ahead and jump the hell out of the way. A nice dodge from the Cookie by the Razor with the Yule Scepter. He doesn't have a BKB though. They're going to get the Cold Feet to proc on the Sun Snapfire. However, Pangolier trying to catch Faceless Void. There is Oracle ulti out onto the Faceless, and he's going to get rooted up by the Cold Feet too. He's just dead. So he will actually be the first casualty. Snapfire Cookie trying to make space for the Mars to get away. Clockwork goes ahead and silences him up, immediately purged off by the Oracle. Pangolier is in with the Swashbuckle. Razor's walking the dog yet again, gets thrown back by the Spear. Tia is going to pop her BKB on the left side of the fight. They do manage to kill off the Oracle. Chasing in out of the Mars, he's got the Lucky Shot proc, so he's slowed down. Here comes the Mars ulti. Somewhere way the hell up north, Morphling is able to finish off Snapfire. They kill the Mars, of course. Pangolier kind of in by himself against the TA, but she's the only one left on her team alive. So they're going to rotate in here. There's creeps, as soon as the creeps show up, yeah, they're going to lay into this tower. Excellent initiation from Dire there. Really got the jump on him. 4,500 gold swing, almost back to even now. Buyback out from the Snapfire, but she doesn't have ulti for 30 seconds. Hurricane Pike out onto the Razor, trying to make as much space as possible. Hookshot in from the Clockwork. They got the Fire Snap Cookie, but it's not enough to get her out of the cog. She's going to get bursted down by the E-Blade combo. She's dead without buyback. 500 gold and 5 seconds short. MCY. Double kill. A lot of damage, man. They're easily going to take this mid lane of Rax. A cold wind blows. Let's see, there's no buybacks available for the Radiant. I don't know if Dire realized this. If Team Lowkey decides that they want to just go for the throat right now, they probably can. There's still a 2-2 tower up top. Looks like Fly Solo might be considering trying to push this lane in so they can take the tower and go for a third laner Axe. But as it stands, they're going to get 2 for pretty much nothing. And suddenly, a massive gold swing in favor of the Dire. And the win percentages have gone from 65-35 to 9-91. One big fight, 38 minutes into this game. And Lowkey have Lowkey blown it open. Or High-Key, rather. Butterfly queued up for MCY on top of the Scotty Edge, plays Manta style. Surprised he hasn't considered going for the Satanic, but he's got the Mortar Mass, so maybe he'll do that next. Oh, never mind, there he goes. He's finished up his Ag Scepter. They get the Scepter off onto the Faceless Void, who does not have a BKB. There's a nice hookshot into the Oracle on the back. The Ice Blast will catch onto the Mars, but doesn't hit anybody else. He pops his BKB and he just has to walk back to Fountain. Meanwhile, they're just slapping buildings. TA still dead for 25, still no buyback. Snapfire ulti's flying in, but barely hitting anything. There's the Mega Creeps. Mars ulti out, trying to catch the Pangolier. They do get him speared to the wall. Faceless is going to lay into him. Cookie to come over the top as well. They finish off JG, but it's a relatively poor consolation prize, considering that their base is a wreckage. Yeah, Faceless Void. I mean, the Satanic is not a bad item. He's going for an MKB, but he doesn't have a BKB to help him against the Ice Blast, or the magic damage from the Razor, or the magic damage, or particularly the stuns from the Rolling Thunder. I mean, he does, like, this game honestly mostly rests on Milk at this point. If he is not able to get off a perfect false promise to save one of his major cores, probably TA, or more likely Faceless Void, since he's the one who doesn't have a BKB, that's just going to be game. I mean, they have a chance if they're able to sneak this next Roche, which is supposed to possibly stun. Oh yeah, he will be up in 1 minute and 15 seconds. They have an opportunity there. There's an Ags out on the Morphling, and Daedalus is out on TA. They picked up a Timeless Relic on Razor. They found the Leveler on the Morph. Timeless Relic, 25% debuff duration, 15% spell damage. I feel like you want this on... I feel like you absolutely want this on Fly Solo, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer. Longer debuff duration on the... who knows if he's going to be able to get to an Axe this game. You don't want... Yeah, you don't care about spell damage, and it's more spell damage. It's 15... It's like twice as much spell damage, and the debuff duration is really the big thing with the Ice Blast, right? Instead of 12 seconds, it'd be 15. But with Ags, instead of... What is it, 18? Oh, no, that's right. They changed Ags. Yeah, they nerfed it. They decided it was too strong. Still, this guy should have that. Pengo, what are you doing? Titan Sliver still. Minotaur Horn. Okay, this is a good choice on Morphling. Just, 1.75 second spell immunity. And the magic. The mana region's not as amazing anymore. They have spotted out the Void here. Razor's just walking at him. He's got a heart. He's got a Scotty queued up as well. Void's still just carrying the Paladin Sword. Telescope on Snap. Mars still has the net. I hear a hook shot on the right side. They catch the Mars. Some damage coming out from that Scotty. But he is able to walk away up to the high ground. So they don't quite finish him off. Still the Vambrace. Radiant needs some new... Okay, Minotaur Horn available on Oracle. Of all heroes. I don't disagree. It's just surprising. But I mean, for the 20 strength, it makes him a lot beefier. He seriously still needs a way to be able to purge off the silence. I mean, if Clockwork gets the Orchid on the Oracle. Clockwork gets the Orchid on the Oracle. Then Radiant are screwed. And they're going to go ahead and sneak Roshan. Morphling's going to be able to pick this thing up. No contest out from Team Fire. Looks like... Oh, he went for the Mask of Madness, actually. I think he might have screwed up. Or maybe he intended that because you can still disassemble it, right? Because he bought the, yeah, maybe he knew the inventory spot. He's got the clarities in his backpack, right? You buy the Moira Mask really early in the game, and you can't hang on to it in case you want it for a Satanic late game. And then you buy the Quarterstaff for the Butterfly. But if you don't lock combining, it'll automatically make the Mask of Madness. Yahweh's in again onto the Void. He does have a Chrono available, so... Good Chrono here. A nice blink away before the first tick of the auto attacks comes out from the static link. Tia is able to step away. MCY has turned into the AA with the extra attack range. There is a Cookie out. They catch the Razor in the Chronosphere, but there's a saving Ethereal Blade out from the Morphling. They're trying to kill this Heart Razor. He still has the Satanic available. There's a Mars ulti up onto the north, but Mars is going to die. Yahweh's still not dead. He will finally go down to the TA. Nice three-man stun from RB by the Cookie. MCY gets the Manta Style off. He's actually not dead yet. Hasn't even lost the Aegis. They do get... Okay, they finally burn the Aegis on the right side. Into Apparition. There's another stun in onto the Oracle. He's silenced up. He's bursted down. He does not have buyback. Oh no, he does. Okay, he'll pop it. There's a buyback out of the AA. They're going to catch RB as well. They're diving under the tier 4 towers. Roots out onto all three. There's another root out onto the... Ayul Scepter out. The Faceless Void will go ahead and back away. But they've killed both tier 4 towers. They're trying to kill Yahweh. He still hasn't died. I don't even think he popped the Satanic, or it's already off cooldown. Mars is going to die. He's got the Frostbitten effect on him. He is disarmed by the effects from the Fate's Edict by the Oracle. But he's going to not make it out. MCY's got an ultra kill. JG's trapped in the cogs, bouncing all over the place. Faceless Void and Tia are the only ones left. Void is gonna go. Oh, he's life stealing just a bit. He gets off a time walk. He's not dead. Now he's disarmed. He's gonna die. There's a rampage for MCY. Void does not have buyback. He's 109 gold short. GG's called by RB. Lowkey victory. Okay, there it is. I see the pun now. Lowkey victory. Oh, I feel like I did a shite job on that final fight cast too. Just misspeaking left and right. I mean, part of it could be the fact that it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I need to go to sleep. And I feel like I've lost my voice a bit. Tried to do a little bit of vocal exercising while I was cooking my bacon, but it seems that might not have been good enough. 14-4 on the Morphling. So again, Team Fire starts out great. Chikasho stomping on the Mars, and somehow they just get out late gamed by a Morphling. 10k net worth lead, and then it just swings in favor of the enemy team. Lowkey. Lowkey with the comebacks, you know? Well, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the stream and go the fuck to sleep. Thanks, Samuel L. Jackson.